If you guys follow me on Twitter, you know that this was literally released after I made a tweet about it potentially coming out. And I was in the city all day recording for my secondary channel, which happens to do with living and traveling in Japan. So if you want to go check that out, that will be down in the description below for my second channel. But regardless, we are here today to talk about Gohan, a surprising update for Weskai, and some other things as well. Real quickly before we drop the intro and get into the meat of the video, if you're quickly here to ask me, is this guy better than Cooler? Does he finally trump Cooler in my mind? Is he the best of the best? Is he the most awesome TUR ever? I'm not including LRs or anything because obviously that can be very different category and everything. I think like most cards that we've predicted in terms of pure power, if you are somebody who likes a card itself that is pure power, pure defense, and just a great card in general, yeah, Gohan trumps Cooler. That's easy. That's, I think, no, not really a surprise to anybody. In terms of an all-around card, probably not so much. So there you go, guys. There's your very short answer if that's all you're really looking for. Otherwise, let's go ahead and drop the intro and let's get into some details. Okay, guys, so we're going to watch the super attack animations because I briefly watched them on the train today while I was going between areas. I was going between Shinagawa and Meguro. If you've ever been to Tokyo, then you probably know where those places are. Or if you ever do go to Tokyo in the future, then those are some awesome places to go to, slash most foreigners go to usually when traveling and everything. But regardless, I saw these. I was like, okay, all right, they look good, but I want to look at them again real quick, kind of analyze them a little bit more, see if they're really good or not, and let's go from there. All right. So first off, we've got a Kai and Kibito. So let's see what we got here. And they do have an active skill fusion, which is pretty cool. I think they're joining both Bardock and, well, Bardock and Gine, and then Trunks and Mai, I believe, because they have active skills. I like us all, yeah! All right, not bad, not bad. Ooh, you got the swinging sword. Oh, and the pose, of course. Oh, I like that slash. That's cool. I definitely like that. That's pretty cool. Wow. It's like watching the episode. All right, so here's Gohan's super attack when he's transformed. Oh, God, those enemy sprites. Ugh. All right, very cool, very cool. I don't think the best super attack, obviously. I mean, I think it's to be expected that obviously a celebration like this is not gonna bring out the best of the best, and plus we got 350 million downloads coming up. But overall, I give it a solid super attack animations in terms of all the other cards. I think if the enemy sprites looked a little bit better, it would add to Gohan's overall. I don't know, give it about 7 or 8. It was a solid animation. But anyway, let's get into Gohan himself. What does he do? What does he do, right? And yes, obviously, I know I am late compared to everybody else. Let's just go ahead and take a look real quick, okay? So he is bringing in with him a new category. Shocker, right? Anyway, so he's gonna be bringing with him the Savior category. Yeah, kind of a interesting name for a Savior category. It's a pretty small category. If you've seen it on Twitter, it's okay. It's got a few units in there I think you could throw onto here to kind of help Gohan and himself, especially maybe some characters with shocking speed, or maybe give him some support, because I do know that the Tech Tien is on there, which this Gohan's tech, so obviously he's going to be really good for bringing out a lot of this Gohan's true potential, essentially, because he's going to, you know, give him 50% attack and defense. He's going to help him with ki and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty nice. Anyway, so Savior category and the Hybrid Sand category. I was a little surprised he's another Hybrid Sand, because I'm pretty sure that the Int's future Gohan is, because this guy is HP 130 and then attack and defense 170, and I believe future Gohan's still the same. In fact, I'll just pull it up real quick. Last I checked, he is. So if we go to type and go to super and we go to Int, future Gohan should be right around here. Yeah, he is Oh, HP and attack 170 is the defense. Okay, so this guy gives less defense and more HP, whereas this guy gives more defense. So I do personally prefer the attack and defense at 170, the HP 130. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Which do you prefer, guys? But anyway, so okay, a little change, right? But regardless, all right, so let's go and take a look at what he does via his passive skill. Attack and defense up 140% off the bat. That's pretty good right there. Obviously super powerful. At the beginning of the turn, you get +1 key for a total of 3. Okay, so he comes around 3 times, then he is going to have 3 key. Okay, so that's alleviating his personal key issues. All right, that's pretty good. Always guard against opponents. Okay, so they got rid of the percent chance that STR Gohan has and just gave it to him right out. That's pretty good right there, on top of him having defense, which is pretty good. And then when guard is activated, Sono Nakani, so during that turn, he gets an additional attack up 40%. So I know guard is usually activated once you get attacked. So generally, if you throw this guy in the first slot, he gets hits. Then the guard is activated, obviously. So that's going to be a 180% defense. I know, obviously, it's calculated a little differently and everything, but just for simplification, 180% defense, 140% defense. Guards against the rest of the attacks. And then on super attack, he greatly raises his attack and defense. Damn, Gohan. All right, so I think we can officially say this. Team B got Gohan. Oh, boy. Does that mean Team A gets 350 million download celebration? Anyway, continuing on. That's about it. In terms of his links, yeah, I think we all kind of called it. It's kind of your typical youth teen Gohan here that, you know, we've seen other cards like this. There's the STR World Tournament one. There is the physical support one. And then there is the free-to-play int one. And generally, those guys all have about the same links. I think the only difference is the free-to-play int one does not have revivals. This guy does get revival here. And one thing to do note, though, obviously, is that all of his links right here are level 1. So level 10, obviously, things are going to be a lot better. But a lot of these links you're not really going to see on this particular team, at least under what his leader skill does with Hybrid Sands and Saviors. Some of these links you're gonna have some trouble getting those connected. Now, I do see this guy being like easily like top of the top when we finally get a brand new Majin Buu Saga category, which we're all expecting for 350 million downloads. A lot of us thought this guy would be it. I thought he would be it. Apparently he's not, unfortunately. But when he does, though, he's going to be able to activate things like, you know, power bestowed by God, you know, Brainiacs, things like that, because a lot of other characters in that particular time and category would be in, well, obviously the Majin Buu category, and would link up really well with this guy. As of right now, though, his categories are as followed. We have the Savior category. We've got Hybrid Sands. We've got Revival. I do not see him working on very well at all. Majin Buu Saga, obviously, like I just said, that'd probably be his best team. Goku family, you can definitely make worth and make, you know, have some good characters in there. Some of the Gokus do share things like Brainiacs and everything, but not so much more of the newer ones. And we haven't really had anything like a, you know, like a Super Saiyan Goku in quite a long time. So it's obviously all depends, you know, sibling bond, revenge, all that kind of stuff. So I definitely see this guy performing his best when we get a brand new Majin Buu Saga category lead, and then he's gonna go to town just on everybody, basically. That's just how it's gonna go. All right. Passive skill. Remember, this isn't, or it's not practice, his active skill. Now, his active skill you actually activate. So you can activate it whenever you want to. You can activate it, well, at whatever the minimal turn is, we're about to take a look at real quick, or you can activate it way down the line whenever you want. His very, very simple. After the 5th turn. So once the 5th turn hits, boom, you can activate it. This is literally a copy and paste of the AGL Gogeta, who then transforms into blue Gogeta, but he does it automatically, whereas Gohan here is more of an active skill. Although Gogeta, you want to get transformed. I mean, he's better in every way when he's blue. So, and in his super attack, like I said before, greatly raises attack and defense. It stacks. That stacks. I don't think we actually have a character that does this that's Dokkan Fest. That's pretty ridiculous right there. This dude, I mean, this dude like overtakes Trunks. Which, funny enough, Trunks was tech. This guy's tech. What is with the Katsuki and tech cards, super tech cards, being the stackers for long events? Huh. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah. Anyway, so you can go ahead and activate that, and he'll go into going into Ultimate Gohan. Obviously, passive stays, or his leader skill stays the same. Super attack, he only greatly raises his attack for 1 turn, so he does not do the defense parts. And he has a medium chance to stun, so that's really only going to be helpful for Super Battle Road, which I can already see probably getting an ultimate Gohan on Super Battle Road. Decent amount of them, you're probably not going to see it. It's just the way it is. I mean, a lot of people, we barely see Gogeta because he's 5 turns, obviously, unless you, of course, you're not able to finish somebody off, or they just have a ton of HP or anything like that. But generally with Super Battle Road, you don't see past the 5th turn, or if you do, you see it for a split second. That's about it. So, but for longer events, unfortunately, you can't stun most longer events. So, I honestly, what I thought this guy would stun, because all his other versions have some form of stunning, and this guy would just be, you know, raising attack and defense indefinitely, or raising attack greatly indefinitely, or however the case is. So I'm actually kind of surprised they flipped it, but hey, I guess it is what it is, right? All right, passive skill. Own Ki +3, stats up 158%, and guards against all types still. When his guard is activated, he gets an additional attack up 58%. And if you're facing off against one opponent and you have 58% HP or more, then you'll be super effective against all types. Or if you can't do that and you're facing off against a Majin Buu Saga category enemy, then you're super effective against all types. So you're definitely gonna see this, I think, a lot more with the Majin Buu Saga category enemy, which is pretty cool. Definitely the one opponent you could definitely see though in something like obviously Legendary Goku event, Infinite Dragon Ball History, all that kind of stuff, right? And then some of his links change. He gets like In-Fighters, Shocking Speed, of course, no Prepare for Battle, Shocker. I don't think anyone should really be shocked by him not having that. And obviously his categories stay exactly the same. So, all right. I have seen some posts on Twitter. I've seen his numbers. I've seen what he can do, obviously, because you stack him for quite a long time. Long events is where this dude is going to dominate the most. I mean, he was easily hitting, I think, like 5-6 million, no dupes or something like that, no problem. Rainbowed out, he's probably hitting 10 million. You know, again, I'm just taking a wild guess in terms of some of those numbers, but just based on me looking at what he does currently right now, yeah, you keep him in this form right here, you stack him up to Blue Say and say like Infinite or Legendary Goku event or an Infinite Dragon Ball History event. Let's say you go against the Dragon Ball Super Stage. I don't know, you get up to Broly Super Saiyan or something like that, right? Not his rage mode or anything like that, but just, you know, Super Saiyan. Then you transform him. He's guarding against everything no matter what. You're against one opponent the entire time. You're probably being super effective against them 98% of the time. You're probably tanking super attacks. You're doing pretty good, right? And for Super Battle Road, I easily see this guy being good on the category Super Battle Road. Hard to say about the Extreme Super Battle Road. I want to say he actually is very, very good for it because A, he gets defense, B, he guards against everybody, and C, he greatly raises his defense. So as long as you're not getting attacked before he gets a super attack off, I do personally think this guy is going to be super good for Extreme Super Battle Road. I want to say he is, but I'll need to wait and see when everyone else is trying him out, or if I can try him out on, you know, Extreme Super Battle Road, if I can somehow make some kind of like hybrid Saiyans team or something like that with all hybrid Saiyans that are all super tech or something like that. I can potentially do that, or I'll wait for like Nolar's video to come out because I'm sure he'll rainbow this guy pretty fast. I don't know. Leave your comments down below right now, and I'll actually, I can't put a poll anymore. YouTube doesn't do the poll thing anymore. Nolar or Truth, who's gonna rainbow him first and who's gonna get the shaft? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. But anyway, yeah, so this guy is super strong. The one thing I will say, and I mentioned this at the very beginning of the video, for those who are always asking me, do I put this guy as the best unit in the best TUR unit in the game now? Do I put him above Cooler and all that type of stuff? In terms of power, we've said this before, Cooler's been outclassed in terms of power for quite some time now. Beerus, Kefla, they've all been able to outpower him for the most part. Although with the new Link update, Cooler has made a big catch up because of big bad bosses and everything, especially with him with physical Cooler or his untransformed self. But the one thing I will say against Gohan, again, this is a very little nitpick thing. I'm not saying that he's a terrible card. Shouldn't, you know, well, okay, shouldn't summon, that's a different story. I'll get into that in a second. But he doesn't help his teammates out very much. Now, the one thing I will admit, though, obviously, is that with Hybrid Saiyans, a lot of great cards on the Hybrid Saiyans team, and you have a lot of good support units, especially something like the World Tournament High School Gohan and the STR World Tournament Great Saiyaman 2, who's supposed to be getting an awakening in the next 3 World Tournaments, I believe. It's not the upcoming one. It's not the second one. It should be the third one in the rotation. That guy will then, you know, he's a very good super support lead. So he would definitely help out with that lack of prepare for battle and helping your teammates and everything. So I do recognize that. I do get that. But overall, he himself, if you maybe your team's not as well built, or you're, you know, just trying to use him on a particular team, he's not going to be helping the rest of your teammates that much. And I can definitely see some link and key issues depending on who you're with, obviously on certain rotations. He himself is going to be fine. He himself is going to be absolutely fine. But I think that's what allows me to still put Cooler above him in my personal opinion in terms of an overall card. Power wise, no, he destroys Cooler. That's not even a joke, right? But in terms of an overall card, Cooler supports, he lowers attack. You can keep him as a support unit by having a non-transformation. And if I transform him, the dude just kicks absolute butt, right? Especially with the upgraded links now. Big Bad Boss is level 10. Automatic extra additional attack and defense up 120 or 25%. You know, I see my Cooler easily right now because I have his Big Bad Bosses at level 10 and a bunch of his other links at 10 now. He easily hits 3.7, no problem, non-transform. I know this guy's obviously clear doing more, but that's, you know, again, that's just how I put him. So I still say Cooler is better as an overall card. Power-wise, though, just as a single unit himself, if we're looking at purely attack and defense and everything, this guy clearly beats him. So I don't think anyone can really argue that. I think that's a pretty standard thing, but I'm sure there are going to be other people that are still in their honeymoon state. So in a week or so, we will have that discussion, and then we'll go from there. All right. So anyway, that's Gohan. So pretty beast of a card. Next card I'm super excited about is this Weskai that is finally getting her awakening. Not an EZA, just her awakening, okay? So she's gonna be the Realm of Gods, category key +4, stats up 100%. That's very similar to LRUI Goku, actually, I believe, except obviously he's 30% or 30% extra in the stats, but that's 4 key, same leader. So, and then a passive skill. This is very interesting, and I think she's gonna be one of the best support units for, well, her category, essentially, okay? So she is own attack and defense up 100%. When she is attacked for that turn, she guards against everything, okay? Realm of God category allies keep our attack and defense up 40% and crit chance plus 10%. And when she super attacks for 1 turn, she will greatly raise her attack and defense for 1 turn. Damn. She gives Supreme Kai of Time a run for her money. In fact, on Realm of Gods, just purely looking at Realm of Gods, I'd probably put her above Supreme Kai of Time, because Supreme Kai of Time still has that chance where she doesn't give part of the attack and defense passive to her allies, I should say. So I don't know. Again, we'll have to test, but that guard ability, holy crap, jam. Realm of Gods is getting another amazing unit. I mean, God Topo, Supreme Kai of Time, and now Weskai. Holy crap. Realm of Gods, calm down already. This is ridiculous. So definitely a very good update. Absolutely amazing. No question about it. Moving on. All right, and we got this final card, which is a Supreme Kai right here and Kibito. So they are going to be the Patara category key +4, stats up 100%. And they do have an active skill transformation, which is pretty cool. And according to this, you can activate it whenever. Well, okay then. All right, there we go. Yeah. Patara de gattai suru. Yeah, okay. So you just transform the Patara areas whenever you want, basically. Okay. So passive skill in terms of when they're not not fused together. Key +2, stats up 120%. When you attack somebody, they are stunned, or their attack and defense goes down by 30% for 2 turns, which is pretty nice. And then you have a high chance to dodge the enemy's attack. And for the when the turn is over, you recover 10% HP. That's pretty good right there. And in terms of super attack, you raise your defense greatly for 1 turn and have a high chance to stun the enemy. That's pretty good too. Pretty good super battle road guy. Super int. Okay. And then when you fuse, obviously you stay the same in terms of the leader skill. Super attack will raise attack and defense greatly for 1 turn. And you seal the super attack. So it changes from stunning to sealing, which is pretty cool. And then passive skill, key +3, attack and defense up 150. Yeah, if I'm reading that correctly, 150%. And then 1 time only, all attack and defense 20% down on enemies. And then when you attack somebody for 2 turns, they can be stunned. So that's essentially like acting as a super attack stun. And at the end of the turn, you recover 10% HP. Okay, pretty good. Definitely a good card. Obviously, they'll be on every banner going here and out. So yeah, definitely impressed with that. So did DBZ Space update the category for Savior? And they did. All right, let's take a look at Savior. Yeah, it's an okay category. It's okay. I have to be honest, it's really not that impressive. I think the big thing that I think a lot of people are going to look at is the fact that TN is on there, and that obviously helps Gohan because he's a tech unit. LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Does he have shocking speed? I don't remember, honestly. I don't think he does. No, he does not. They got rid of shocking speed. He had shocking speed in his AGL form, but not this one. So you could run the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, I think, because he had shocking speed, doesn't he? Yeah, he does have shocking speed. And just to double check that I wasn't just being blind with the LR, Sand, yeah, GT, prepare for battle. Yep, okay. So the AGL one does have shocking speed. So you could bring this AGL Super Saiyan 4 on here if you wanted to help out Gohan in terms of shocking speed, and also have just a rotation where you've got good defense, especially when this guy gets his EZA. They could definitely be decent. So this Goku also has shocking speed, so he wouldn't be bad. He's probably a pretty good linking partner for the Gohan. What happens when he goes Super Saiyan? Does he keep shocking speed? He does keep shocking speed. Okay, so he's definitely a good one. Gotenks, I don't remember. You're usually only Super Saiyan. You never really Super Saiyan 3 unless you're on a long event. You do not have shocking speed. Okay, so Gotenks wouldn't really benefit from that. But anyway, regardless, it's an category, to be honest. A couple of, nice guys in there that can help Gohan out. But overall, you're probably going to mostly run a hybrid Saiyan team. And like I said before, this guy will shine, I think, the best when a Majin Buu Saga category comes out. That's not Super Vegito, because Super Vegito definitely has not aged very well. I definitely expect that to be very good. So, other than that, though, yeah, that's basically it for all the cards. Oh, and one last thing. We actually have EZA details for the Super 17. So Super 17 is going to be the next EZA for the celebration. So the celebration be right before 350 million download celebration. Looking to be pretty good. Looking to be very good. By the way, any global players, let me know if you guys are done with the EZAs, because I'm wondering for 350, we might not see a 120 EZA because I don't know if global is done with all their EZAs. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys are, great, then we see one probably see one for 350. If not, we probably won't see a 120 EZA at least. So we'll see other EZAs, obviously. Anyway, his leader skill is the same. It's going to be extreme AGL types, key plus 3 stats up 130, and then super AGL 90% and 3 key, which is pretty good. Super attack, he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and has the greatly lower defense still, which, is still garbage to this day. And then in terms of his passive skill, because thanks to Hydros, by the way, shout out to him. Mitigates damage by 40%. So he keeps the same mitigation for 40% in terms of just at the beginning of the turn, okay? Or beginning of the battle, essentially. Then for every time you are attacked, you will raise your key, your attack, and your mitigation, okay? For a total. So if you get hit enough, okay, then you will have at the end of, after everything's gone through, you will have 70% mitigation, attack plus 150, and 3 key, so 9 key basically. And then he's always been pretty easy to get a super attack off, no problem, which is pretty crazy. And again, he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. So this dude, he's gonna be just fine in any event, basically. I mean, I don't really count Legendary Goku event as being hard anymore, but long events he'll be fine, definitely. Extreme Super Battle Road, I see him being just fine. Just probably on the first turn, don't let him get super attacked right in the beginning before you've gotten a super attack off at least. Let him get hit a couple of times, obviously. Maybe use 1 item, but then after that, he's fine. He is completely fine. This dude, this is an EZA. Broly who? Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, man. No, I'm not. I'm not even sorry. I'm not. And then on top of that, if he happens to have any target Goku category allies on the team with him, then all of them get a 17% chance to crit, which is pretty good. So yeah, I'm impressed. Definitely impressed with that EZA. I will say though, the only unfortunate thing in terms of the shaft for him, which it is still kind of a shaft, it's not the EZA, it's just the fact that he never had big bad bosses when the card originally came out. That was a thing that we all talked about way back when he was released, and it kind of sucked. So obviously the link update has helped this guy a lot, but if you try to compare this guy to any of the other extreme units that have big bad bosses, like with STR Janemba and Physical Cooler, when they get their EZAs, not saying this guy's bad or anything, this dude's amazing, he really is, but him not having big bad bosses is just like, oh man, dude, could you imagine what this guy would be doing if he had big bad bosses, right? Like, come on, that would have been amazing. So yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, regardless, amazing EZA. Can't wait to try him. It's gonna be really fun. So anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for the video though. Let me hear your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you happen to be new. Until next time, everyone, I'll see you all in the next one. Johnny.